also loads of people have been watching. Hi guys, I'm back. So when I've asked you what videos you'd like to see, I've had a couple of requests for a little sit down chat about how I started in the industry of being a hair and makeup artist. So for as long as I can remember, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a hairdresser. That's all I really wanted to be. People used to ask, what do you want to be when you're older? And I was like, I want to be a hairdresser, that's what I want to do. And I really kind of looked up to my godmother actually, and who's my mum's cousin, and my mum's other cousin, two girls, both hairdressers, but my godmother went to the London College of Fashion, so it was always a little milestone that I wanted to reach, and I ended up going to the London College of Fashion, so which was amazing. I was 16 when I went for my interview, or 15 when I went for my interview, and then I got an unconditional offer. I never took art for my GCSE, so if any of you are at the point where you are thinking that you'd like to go into makeup artistry, I recommend that you take art as an option, just so you can start to build up a portfolio, and it also gives you a good sort of nice foundation of colour theory, and you know, just a sort of insight into, you know, knowledge into art and artists and, you know, art movements and stuff. As I've gone on in my career as a makeup artist, there's nothing I like to do more than go to a gallery just to get inspiration. I take a lot of my inspiration from food as well, and travel and architecture, and that's where all my crazy ideas come from really, when I'm out and about travelling around. But anyway, so I didn't take art, so I didn't have a portfolio to turn up to the interview with, but I was asked to do a sketch, like a still life, which I drew from a picture actually. It was a picture of me and my brother, so I sketched it. I've still got it somewhere. I did that, and then I think I did a fruit bowl or something. They were the only two pictures or sketches, pieces of art that I could show. And the head of year, her name was Kay Fackrell, she interviewed me, and she ended up being a really influential person in my life at a young age, because she supported me and mentored me and helped me get work experience while I was at LCF, and kind of took me under her wing really, and kind of steered me in the right direction. So I thank you for that. If you're out there, I've been back to the college so many times looking for you. If only I could find you. Kay Fackrell, where are you? Yeah, so and that I've also always wanted to teach, and I kind of feel like that comes from having amazing teachers throughout, not just college, through being at school, secondary school. My English teacher was incredible, and I kind of feel like I would like to give that back, which is why I want to teach now, hence Beauty School Dropout. So, but anyway, going back, I went to London College, I went there for 2 years, I'd done so much stuff. I worked with Vidal Sassoon, I went to Nikki Clark, I used to write about products for Black Beauty magazine, I did so many things. I was always actively out there searching for work experience, just to get, you know, just to be out there, to be mixing with people, to be amongst it all really. And then I got a job in Real, which is a hair salon in Chelsea. My friend Claire still works there, who I went to college with. She's an amazing hairdresser. She does my hair and I absolutely love her to pieces. I've been friends with her since I was 16. But anyway, we worked there together, and I met a lady in there who was doing a photo shoot, and she asked me to go along and assist. So that was like the first time I'd ever been on set. I think I was 17. And I just had the bug for it. I loved it. I thought, yeah, this is it. This is what I want to do. Wasn't too sure, so I ended up leaving or graduating from London College of Fashion, which was the makeup course it was the BTEC National Diploma in Hair and Makeup for Fashion Styling, and Kay Fackrell run the course. And then Anita Howie was my makeup tutor, who was amazing. She was Scottish, Anita. She was fantastic. She introduced me to MAC, which I loved so much, still use a lot of MAC. And then I went on to work for MAC as well. I finished London College of Fashion, and then I went up to Worcestershire Technical College, which is like a university. I did a higher national diploma, and I studied theatrical makeup and costume designing. So I did prosthetics like blood and gore and wigs, and Steve Chambers was a massive support to me. He was like the head tutor's assistant, but he was the backbone of that course for me, because he just took time to sort of educate me in things that were just so different to the makeup that I would, that I'd learned at London College of Fashion, which was fashion makeup, how to put lashes on, how to get the eyeliner, perfect for whatever eye shape, and it's just such a different course, but so much fun, and I thank him for that. So I left there anyway. After leaving there, I moved back down to London, or Essex, which is where I'm from, and I started working for MAC Cosmetics, which I loved. I was worked there for like just over a year, and then I decided that I was going to Australia, because I thought if I don't go travelling now, I never will, and I just wanted to just have a year of basically exploring and partying and just being 21. So I went off and did that, but I worked for MAC in Sydney. I worked in the Pro Store out there, and I was doing their fashion shows, so I kind of never lost touch with my makeup roots, and that subsidised my travelling as well. Went all over Australia. It was brilliant, and I grew up a lot as well in that time. I feel like I'm probably one of the most overqualified on paper makeup artist, but I don't think I ever stopped learning. I learn things today, like from Instagram, from Pinterest, from Tumblr, from all you guys that watch my videos. You teach me stuff, so and your insight and your knowledge that you give to me, hopefully I'm giving back to you on other levels. So I worked for MAC in Australia. I then came back and I got my old job back, thanks to my amazing manager Patty, who I'm still friends with, who is an incredible makeup artist, Patty Panu. So I went back working with the team. I've got some amazing friends that I'm still in contact with from MAC. I have to say, working on a counter gives you a knowledge like no other. It picks up your speed, your confidence, your ability to communicate with all sorts of people, who might be stressed about going to an event, or, excited, they don't know what to wear, maybe they've got like little confidence, and you have the ability as a makeup artist to change the way people feel, and to see them walking out of that shop feeling like they're walking on air and like buzzing around is like amazing. I love that feeling, and I love giving that education to people as well, because I feel like it sort of changes the way they feel about themselves, and makeup can be quite powerful in that way. I worked for MAC then, and I got a call randomly, like on the counter, and by this point I was supervisor, and then I got a phone call one day, and I was like, oh, can I speak to Nicola Schuller? And I was like, yep, speaking. And it was this person, I don't know who recommended me, so whoever it was, I basically have you to thank for my career. They phoned up and said, you've been recommended to be my assistant on a show that I'm working on. And I was like, really? I actually thought it was a prank call. I just couldn't believe it. I went on to do that job, which was a magic show. I was in the studio, I couldn't believe it. ITV Studios, it was so exciting, I couldn't believe it. This Morning's Made there, I was like, woohoo! It was brilliant. And then I went on to go out on location, which was also so buzzy, I was so excited. And then I went on further still to assist the same makeup artist, it's Sarah Exley, she's amazing, and I assisted her with Trisha Goddard, and then went on to work on Big Brother's Big Mouth, which is where I met Russell Brand, and worked with Russell for a total of 11 years. We ended up being like a little family on tour, it was amazing. we made like a lot of films and did a lot of comedy tours and so many different aspects of the industry, working with such a talent, because, you know, obviously I was sort of witness to when he wrote his book, and then films, stand-up, TV. So I've had like the great privilege of working in so many different pockets of the industry and met some incredible people along the way who have taught me things and showed me and give me an insight into a world that I could have only ever dreamed of, really. I mean, to say that I've seen my name come up in the cinema, that was one of like my proudest moments. I mean, I just can't even, when I sat down and saw my name come up at the end of Getting to the Greek, I was choked. Anyone who knows me knows I cry a lot anyway, but that was like one hell of a moment. That was brilliant. And when I saw my name in like Vogue, like from a shoot that we did in the Ritz, when it was like a high tea shoot, yeah, it's been like amazing. I've done like a lot of really cool things, but I think it's really important to remember that, you know, you're there to support the artist who you're working with, or run the trailer if you're, you know, in a position where you're running a department, where I have been on a couple of occasions. I designed the makeup for a sketch show called Very Important People with Morgana Robinson and Terry Minot, and that was so amazing because I was dealing with budgets. You know, we was up against like a really sort of limited amount of time. It was such a packed schedule, so everything was sort of meticulously planned. I had one assistant, and then I had, because we just didn't have the budget, and then the prosthetics team who moulded and made and applied, and then I would add the colour to the makeup. Like for instance, when Morgana was Adele, there was, but then the full face makeup, the prosthetic team, which was Christian Mallet, who's, if you're not aware of Christian Mallet, you should have a look. He is absolute legend at his craft, like unbelievable. So, and he works with me and helps me and kind of doesn't let me go over budget when I'm doing other shows like Murdering Successful, where we have prosthetics and we're creating, you know, sketch makeup, but kind of hopefully to look realistic. So that's my last project, full project that I've worked on, where I've run the department, but thankfully had more than one assistant on that, so thanks team. And what else? And then most recently I've been working on Beauty School Dropout, which my end goal is to kind of teach, give back, and hopefully create a course that's not overly expensive, so affordable, and for the talent that we can see or that we can find, that we can do a give back and kind of give you like a creative scholarship, so you can sort of go out there and do your thing, really. And I think the main thing, like my main advice, if I could give you any advice, is just to don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Just get out there and do whatever you can. It feels like a never-ending battle to make it into this industry, especially now. There seems to be, it's kind of like a double-sided sword, because there's so much out there in terms of so much at reach for you guys, because you've got social media and you can kind of connect with people much more easily than I could, like when I was 16 at London College of Fashion. And you know, I never had the internet or Instagram or Pinterest to look from. It was like the fashion book, you know, and like these amazing coffee table books that I've got still, which I love. Yeah, you're really lucky that you've got such a pool of information to choose from. But again, there's a lot of competition out there, so you just have to make sure that you're finding ways to be unique. And you know, all your social media should act as your online portfolio, really. So, which is something that's really new to me, because it's, you know, I've only kind of been there for a year, so I'm just kind of building that platform up. But my main thing is to teach and to give you knowledge and to help you along the way. So anything that you want to see from me or any questions that you want to ask, I'll try my best to get back to you, to give you as much insight as I can. I've learnt so much along the way. A lot of it, you know, you learn your skill, and technique when you're at college or you're on those courses, but also I think that time is used finding yourself and where you want to go. After I did my 2-year course at Worcester in the theatrical side of makeup, I realised, you know what, I really like making people feel good and feeling pretty and bringing out and enhancing the best of what they've got. But that said, it's served an amazing purpose that I've learned prosthetics and, you know, the sort of the deeper layer into makeup, because it's helped me when I've run departments and to kind of be able to be a multitasker. So my advice is to learn as much as you can, absorb it all, do some nails, like learn nail art, you know, learn how to do individual lashes or lash extensions, anything that you can help subsidise what you're doing along the way until you finally make it. And don't forget, I didn't earn money for years. Like I was not earning loads of money at all. I think MAC was like my first job in makeup. I did have other jobs, but so yeah, I've always worked. I've always kind of, you have to do whatever you can to be able to do what you love. So, and I'm really lucky and I'm in a position that I'm doing what I love. It's not always easy, and you have to just get out there and you have to take whatever you can, and just don't give up, because it's worth it in the end. So, and like I say, when I've seen my name come up in the cinema a few times for like Getting to the Greek, and when I did all the press for Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and I was in Hawaii, and then I went on and we made Arthur, and I've kind of flown around the world on tour doing promotional work. And I've worked with just some amazing people, and just not even the people that are on screen necessarily, but the people that work in props and lighting and on-set photographers who have taught me so much. And I think as you go along, you will always learn and you'll never stop learning. And I just think, don't be afraid of that. So I think it's something to embrace, and if I can help you along the way, I will. I hope this has been an interesting video. I feel like I've sat here and just waffled on about my career. I hope I've said enough. I hope I've, I don't know, does it sound exciting? I mean, it has been exciting. I've really enjoyed it. I've loved it. So, and thanks to everybody who've helped me along the way. And I think I'm just looking forward to this next chapter really, because I can't wait to do more stuff with Beauty School Dropout. We've got some really, really exciting stuff lined up for you, so I'm excited. I think we're going to have a cracking next few months, so stay tuned. See you later guys, bye, lots of love.